Baldur's Gate 3 reveals Update 8 stress test patch notes. The Patch 8 stress test for Baldur's Gate 3 is now live for select players. Those who signed up to take part in the test should check their emails for an invitation. Patch 8 will add a photo mode, 12 new subclasses, crossplay, and more. Larian previously announced that Baldur's Gate 3's 8th major update would add crossplay, 12 new subclasses, and a photo mode in 2025, with a stress test for the patch set to launch in January. Highlights: Photo mode, 12 new subclasses, crossplay, Xbox Series S split screen. The stress test kicked off, and it includes the surprise addition of split-screen co-op on Xbox Series S. A detailed rundown of the Patch 8 highlights can be found on the Baldur's Gate 3 website, where players can also register to participate in the stress test on PC and consoles. The Patch 8 stress test for Baldur's Gate 3 has been released for select players on all platforms. While the update was accidentally released for PlayStation 5 players on January 27th, Larian now officially welcomes fans who signed up for the test and received an email to try out a number of new features in Baldur's Gate 3, including a photo mode and new subclasses. In 2024, the developer opened another studio to assist with 2 upcoming RPGs, with many hoping that Divinity, Original Sin 3 was one of these mysterious projects. Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 stress test patch notes. Highlights: Photo mode, 12 new subclasses, crossplay, Xbox Series S split screen. Gameplay: when you succeed a perception check, the spotted item will now ping on the mini-map and be listed in the combat log. Fixed an issue where the special abilities of some of your allies weren't properly provided at the end of the dialogue with them at High Hall. Scrolls and potions inside unlocked containers in your party inventory can now be used when rolling in dialogues. Neutral and friendly NPCs will no longer become hostile when, outside of combat, they walk into surfaces created during combat that trigger passives, like electrified surfaces triggering Thunderbolt Strike.
Take it easy, lads.
Fixed freecast being reset when any condition is applied. Fixed characters getting stuck when pathfinding via a ladder that's already in use by another companion. Fixed a bug with the moving platform in the Gauntlet of Shar that would sometimes leave you behind, causing you to plummet to your death. Combat. Fixed an issue causing neutral NPCs to trigger combat for seemingly no reason. Ceres will stop getting involved in combats with Minthara from across the region. An eager beaver no longer. Modding. Fixed an issue causing you to get stuck at a 0% loading screen when attempting to join a multiplayer session that uses mods. The mod verification window will now trigger regardless of where the request to connect to a multiplayer game is coming from. Replace the third-party mod warning with clearer messaging. Performance and options. Fix the rule set selector not appearing on the Alter Custom Mode screen when accessing the rule set settings via the multiplayer lobby. Improved server performance in the Adamantine Forge. Scripting and flow. Fixed an issue where you could tell Astarion that Gandrel has been looking for him even if Gandrel refused to tell you the name of his prey. Fixed a save game issue where you wouldn't get the appropriate amount of Umbral Gems for the Gauntlet of Shar. Minthara now comments on reveal. Reminded Minthara that knocked out does not mean dead, so she'll more reliably appear in Moonrise Towers. You can no longer teleport out of Moonrise while controlling Minthara unless you tell her to stay put. Minthara is now willing to talk to you after you tell her to wait in the torture chamber. Minthara no longer gets stuck babysitting Thaniel in Act 2. Fixed an issue where you could talk about Art Kullik as though he's alive even if he isn't. Your character will no longer think Shadowheart is dead if she isn't when talking to characters who are in a relationship with Gale, when he will now receive a tonally appropriate, read, lovey-dovey letter. Fixed a dialogue issue preventing Avatar Gale from talking about the orb to Lazel after consuming a magic item. UI. Discovered and available, non-hostile, alive, etc. Traders are now shown on the world map regardless of how far away you are from them. Cinematics. Shadowheart has agreed to stop repeatedly changing her hair color during certain intimate moments. Tidied up and improved some cinematic animations for characters of different heights if you kiss during the evil ending. Writing. Fixed a duplicated dialogue option and the wrong version of another dialogue option appearing in Minthara's main party dialogue. Patch 8 will bring a multitude of fixes for various crashes and blockers, combat bugs, scripting and flow issues, and more. The full patch notes will be shared once Patch 8 goes live. Reporting bugs during the stress test. Internal playtesting has been ongoing for several weeks now, and thanks to the introduction of photo mode in Patch 8, our playtesters have discovered new means to highlight some interesting issues. While we don't expect you to showcase every unexpected bug you run into, please don't do that. We would be grateful if you could report any issues you experience in the Patch 8 stress test using the existing bug reporting form. Please make sure to state Patch 8 in the game version field. Known issues. As the Patch 8 stress test is a work-in-progress build, we're aware of some issues and have listed the ones relevant to the new features coming in Patch 8 below. Modding. While it's our hope that supported mods remain mostly unscathed with Patch 8, this stress test also helps us understand how your mods interact with the latest patch and identify any issues ahead of release. ImpUI users may find that radial descriptions aren't visible and some menu options don't work as intended. If you are joining us for the stress test, we recommend creating a new save or loading an existing save that does not use ImpUI or any mods that use ImpUI as a dependency. Photo mode. Photo mode becomes visually corrupted when using Vulkan. Crossplay and multiplayer. Some lines in the crossplay settings aren't fully localized. Players in a multiplayer lobby can lose movement input after picking up an item. UX. Some keyboard hotkeys and controller buttons may stop working after trading with merchants.